All right, everybody, how's it going? We're going to go ahead and get this training started this evening. Hope that everybody's doing well, and thank you for tuning in on this web training that we have here for you. I'm Jay Sherman from Notice Marketing. We're going to go over 9 secrets to creating a powerful Facebook ad that will deliver dozens of new leads, even if you've never used Facebook before. And there's our information to get in touch with us if you would like to have that. Um, the number 919-584-5278 and our website at noticeppc.com. All righty. Hope everybody's doing well. A little bit about me first. Again, I'm Jay Sherman, and Notice Marketing is a little marketing firm based out of Eastern North Carolina. We've had an opportunity to help chiropractors, dentists. Also, we've helped roofing companies, and we've helped even just consulting with local businesses who may not have used our services for actually doing ads, but have just felt stuck and wanted to know about what they needed to do to bring in more profits, more leads, etc. So we also do consulting and things like that. My wife and I, Amber, are parents of 4 beautiful children, and we enjoy them very much. And if you have any questions about any of this material, don't hesitate to reach out. Again, this is my free training, free value that I like giving to the local business community because I believe in local businesses. I think the stat was it was 98% of transactions in the United States deal go in a local business setting. Um, and I just think that local businesses are the backbone of the American economy. And so I'm going to do everything that I can to help strengthen and to, I trust, even double, triple, quadruple by just getting a grasp on Facebook ads. The possibilities are really endless. I mean, let's face it, if you had an ATM machine that you could, every time you put $20 in, you would get $100 out. How much money would you put in? You'd say, well, that's a no duh. I would put in as much as I could. Well, if you will do these 9 little secrets here, I'm confident that that's exactly what your Facebook ad campaign will be for you. As one of my mentors taught me, it's like buying money at a discount. Putting in money, yeah, it's going to cost money up front. But everything you guys have done as business owners costed money up front. And buying the building, and buying the materials, buying I mean, even the office equipment if you have that, or the outside equipment if you're running an outside business. Everything for a business owner is putting money in up front, but you do it because you realize the return on the investment. And that's how we want you to look at Facebook ads, because it is buying money at a discount when you get it right. And if you get it wrong, it is a waste of money. And that's sort of what I alluded to in the ad that brought you to this training. So let's move on. Secret number one in creating a successful Facebook ad campaign is make sure that you have an audience call out, and make sure it's good. Um, who are you trying to reach? Obviously, you need to go ahead and decide that before you put the title on your ad. Hey, North Carolina business owners, or if you're trying to reach people who love swimming, say, hey, swimming fans. Or if you're trying to reach people that like or that need chiropractic care, say, hey, I'm tired of depending on the old methods of medicine that's more like sick care than health care. I don't know that I would say that. Might get doctors mad at you, but you know, you test, you put this powerful call out in there, but neck, back pain, and headaches are no fun, right? There's your call out for chiropractic care. So it all depends on who you have, what your business is, who you have as your focal prospective audience, and do a call out for them. And sometimes you do it very blatantly, like this. Hey, North Carolina business owners. Other times you do it by just letting the copy call them out. But it's important to have an attention-grabbing first statement. This is, as they're scrolling mindlessly through the Facebook feed, that something catches their attention. It says, "Hey, he's talking to me," or "She's talking to me." That's the reason why you got to have that audience call out. Secret number two: feature a momentum swinging, obvious yes question. I like to use these in ads that I want to get a yes from somebody eventually in another area, kind of like how, that special type of bird, the parrot or the cockatiel or something, it always bobs its head yes. It's kind of the momentum that you want you want the people reading your Facebook ad to feel. So you just start with a question that starts with a yes. Hey, you need new clients? Well, yeah. Would you like to see profits come into your business? Yeah. Want to know what living pain-free is like? Chiropractors? That's a good yes question. Yeah, I do. You got to know their pains, though, and you find all that out with customer research. And if I could say one area of successful Facebook ads that gets completely ignored, it's in the area of customer research. If you're not willing to put in the work and find your customers' pains, their fears, their hang-ups, their roadblocks, if you're not willing to find out that information, then your ad is never going to speak to them. And so how can you find out that information? Well, with a customer research campaign. And I actually, in the services that I provide to my clients, we do a 3-month setup. The first month is just customer research. You might say, well, isn't that a waste of time? No, it is not. This is the most powerful thing. This is the hinge-worthy thing on the campaigns that we do at Notice Marketing, because at the end of the day, you've got to find this information out. And once you find it out, it will actually write the ad for you. Any husband and wife will agree it's tough to find out exactly what somebody wants. If you guys are going out for supper, isn't it funny how it's normally either one or the other wants to go out to eat, and they say, what about you? I'm kind of thinking I would like Wendy's. I just chose one off the top of my head. No, I don't feel like Wendy's tonight. Or how about we go grab us a steak at the local steakhouse? Nah, I don't feel like eating steak tonight. Besides, all I ever get is the salad. I don't want a salad. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? When you're talking with your spouse or your significant other, and you're asking them what would they like to eat, and the only thing they have to say is, I don't like that. It's a billion times easier to find out what people don't like than it is to find out what they do like. Switch that question around. What if you were to look at your significant other and say, hey, what do you want for supper tonight? 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, they're going to say, I don't know. Because it's a lot easier to express what you don't like than it is to express what you do like. And so, in his book, Ask by Ryan Levesque, which I recommend every business owner read this book, even if it takes you 3 weeks, because you're so busy, you can only get a chunk at a time. I recommend you read this book. But in this book, he gives you 5 questions that you can ask people in your area. And this is actually the backbone of our customer research program that we do for our clients. 5 questions that will solve all the problems you have with finding out what your target really doesn't like. And get the book. And if you don't have the time to read it, just go ahead and hire us and we'll do it for you. Yeah, that's a shameless plug. But there you go. Find out what your clients don't like and include that in the ad, and you will speak to them. When they're reading the ad, it will seem almost like it'll seem almost like that you have hijacked their brain. Everybody getting this? Okay, good. The third thing that you want to make sure that you do, the third secret, is make sure your prospect feels empathy. John Maxwell, who is a Christian, but he's also a public speaker, and he has a group of people that he trains in speaking. He says this: people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And so you want to make sure in the ad that you're relaying empathy, that kind of like, we're in this together. I'm on your side. If I was speaking with business prospects, I would say, hey, I know the feeling of not having enough prospects. Been there. I started out as a web designer, and I thought, boy, as soon as I build this awesome website for myself, that people are just going to flock over, and I'm going to have to just fight them off with a stick because I don't have enough Well, I don't have enough time to do all of their work. Boy, was I mistaken. Whenever I first got into business for myself in web design, I built my website. And you guys know this story. You've probably even been here before. What did I hear for the first 3 months after building my website? Crickets. That's all I could hear. Because I didn't have a way to tell people what I could do. And another one of my mentors taught me this, and I will pass this on to you. Here's a several $1,000 nugget of information for you. You're still playing show and tell after all these years. Okay? Most business owners are like, once I get my website, it's going to be so awesome. I'm going to show people all that I can do. Everything's great. That's the show. Okay? And that's very important. If you don't have a website, I would strongly recommend it. Another shameless plug, we design websites too. But you're leaving off half the equation. You also have to tell. And that's where marketing comes in. The reason why you guys are watching this training right now is because you believe in the power of marketing. The ad that I showed you to get you to this training talked about how marketing is powerful and how Facebook ads, digital marketing can bring you a return on investment that's unbelievable. You guys believe that. That's why you're here. But so many business owners are doing the showing and they're not doing the telling, even after all these years. You remember playing show and tell in kindergarten and first grade, bringing something from home and showing it to people and telling them about it. Well, all these years later, we are still playing show and tell. Isn't that something? Make sure that you're telling people about what you do through marketing, just showing people with your website. And yes, you need a website, but just putting a website out there and hoping that the calls come in. How many thousands upon thousands of new websites are designed every day? Guys, people aren't going to find you unless you're telling as well as showing. So that's sort of what I like to put in my ads to make sure that they feel the empathy. Look, I know the feeling of not having enough prospects because I do. I've been there. Secret number 4, make sure you mention the benefits. The reason why I like touching on this is because so many businesses base their ads on features. Look at what our business can do. Look at what we have. Features always talk about you. And one thing they will teach you in the world of marketing and the world of business, if you didn't know this already, I want to be the first one to share it to you. Clients don't care about you. Now, human to human, they care, but they could just as soon use the business that's across the street from you that offers the same services. What do they care about? They care about what it does for them. It's kind of like, I don't care who I hire, as long as whoever I hire does what I need. Your prospect doesn't care about you. They only care about what you can do for them. So in your ad, quit telling them about you and start finding a way to psychologically plant seed on what you can do for them. In his book, Chris Smith is the name of the author. Geez Louise, I can't believe that the book just left my mind. The Conversion Code. There we go. Now, Chris Smith is a guy that helps train realtors. So don't think that just because he helps train realtors that this book won't help you. But in the Conversion Code, he actually goes through scripts that you can use when you're on the phone, and also creating ad copy that will show people that you're not just talking about you, the features, but you're also talking about the benefits. And then he does a tie down where it applies to their life. So like Mr. Smith, if you're a financial advisor, Mr. Smith, you were talking about how you were really looking forward to saving up enough money so that your kid can go to college debt free. So yes, I could. Well, I'll be happy to show you a plan that will help them do that. That way you can have your child go to college without paying 1 red cent. Okay, feature. I have the ability to present this plan. Benefit. You can absolutely send your son to school without having to pay anything. The tie down. Won't that make you feel better knowing that you've provided that for your son? Okay. I know you won't be able to do all that research and drill down that far until you have a phone conversation with them, but it's very important that you begin to realize the difference between features and benefits. It's very important. Is that making sense to you guys? Okay. Make sure that you take time and hammer these out before you even start writing copy for your ad. It's important that you go ahead and have that in your mind, because there is a huge difference between features and benefits, and so many businesses lose money on Facebook ads because it's nothing more than a vanity mirror for them. They literally go on Facebook, they create the ad, they type it up, and it's nothing more than them holding a mirror in front of their face and saying, "Boy, you sure look good, don't you?" And nothing is more off-putting to clients than that. So just so you know, quit talking about you. How many of you guys and gals enjoyed going out on a date with somebody that the whole time you were together on the date, the only thing they talked about was themselves? I know you didn't like that. I know you wouldn't like that. So there you go. Secret number 5, you got to provide a scroll stopping worthy offer. 90% of business owners say Facebook ads don't work. We've tried them. They don't get a response. But they're trying stuff like this. Now, I don't mean to insult this lady. This is just one that come across my feed a couple months ago. And it was just a perfect example of what not to do. She had 2 images that divided the real estate on the picture there. And no, nothing there says, "Please use my services." What better way to start your year? Message me for details. You won't be disappointed. Well, Miss Travel at its best. What are you talking about? Are you talking about a scam alert? Are you talking about going to Disney? There's nothing about this ad that says, "Please stop and click on me." They never work. And I hate to use the term never, because it's never is a long time. But they will never work if you don't have a click-worthy offer and a rock-solid ad that highlights the benefits for your prospects. And this ad example here, there's no specifics, there's no amazing offer, there's no benefits, there's no clarity. And there's a saying in marketing, and it's true: a confused mind never buys, or a confused mind never converts. So when your prospect sees something like this, they move on. They keep going. So get that scroll stopping amazing offer just right. First of all, here's an example of a scroll stopping offer. Call out your audience. If you want it to be specifically location based, I could have said, "Hey, North Carolina chiropractors." Call out their pain. Tired of worrying where and how to get new clients? One other thing I like doing as well is talking with chiropractors that are using Groupon, because Groupon, between you and I, Groupon takes a lot of profits and does a lot of things that are less than ideal for any growing business, but that's a different point altogether. Tired of worrying about how and where to get clients? Then give them the offer again in the title, ending soon, chiropractor client generator. And then the offer at that point, we were offering a heavily discounted trial because we were testing out some new things, and this did pretty well. But make sure your scroll stopping offer is there. And if you have any questions about it, use research like Groupon. Use competitive research. There's a really neat opportunity now for us to get a lot of information on Facebook. Because any business page that you visit on Facebook, just on the left side there, where it's about and all those other things, there's actually an option for you to see their ads. And granted, you might want to make sure you compare their ad to this formula, because the last thing you want to do is cheat off the dumb kid in class. But if it's an ad that looks good and looks to be doing pretty well, you may want to spy on it for a couple months in a row to make sure it's still running. But that lets you know that's a good ad. You could maybe pattern your offer a little bit after theirs. No stealing, but you can pattern for sure. Use it as a guidepost, if you will. I can't tell you how many times I've used other offers that I've seen on Facebook or other places as a guideline, as an outline, if you will, for offers that I've put forward to the market. But you've got to have a scroll stopping Groupon good offer but just don't use Groupon. Again, if you're a chiropractor, just happen to be watching this video, one of the things I love doing is showing chiropractors how you can get off Groupon, get those profits back, and honestly attract a higher tier client. Most Groupon people are looking for the next deal, so they're not going to stick around and be a lifer at your practice. That's what we've just found through our research. Secret number 6, make sure you include genuine scarcity. You know, a scarcity on our behalf with our client roster as it is we can only take on a certain amount of new clients each month. There's always some turnover on client work. Some of it simply is because we got them so much work they have to turn things off to handle the leads that they have coming in. That happens quite a bit with real estate as realtors get inundated with leads and they say, hey, we got to turn this off. I got to get time to catch up. But I always say, no, hire you an inside sales agent and let's keep going. So that way you can get into 6 figures and maybe even 7. But that's a different story altogether. But the greatest killer to conversions is false scarcity. So make sure that when you use scarcity, it's genuine. If you say we're only giving away 30 vouchers for this service, then make sure that you're only doing 30 vouchers. And I say, well, that's kind of shooting myself in the foot. But what do you think is going to happen whenever the person calls and says, well, I'd like to take advantage of this offer, and you say, I'm sorry, we were out of vouchers this month. Maybe we can have vouchers next month for you. What do you think they're going to do next month? They're going to be one of the first person to give you a call because you're being genuine in your scarcity. The greatest killer of conversions is false scarcity, and people use it too much, and it's wrong. Humans only take action when they realize they're about to lose an opportunity. That's why scarcity works. So make sure you put scarcity into your ad and go ahead and use what's honestly there. Like I said, in my situation, I can only take on so many clients per month. So when I say I can only take on 5 new chiropractors or 5 new dentists, or, then I mean that. So make sure that it's genuine. Scarcity is important. Secret number 7, guide your lead to the next step. Click the Learn More button. Leave your info or interested in working together, give us a call. Whatever your call to action is, you've got to be absurdly explicit in what your prospects must do next, or they won't. They really won't. So make sure that you're letting them know what to do next. And secret number 8 in your ad, make sure that you have a personable or relatable image. There's something called stock photos that people really like to use in their ads. It's almost like there was a course taught on how to use stock photos in your ad. Don't use stock photos. Put yourself on the camera. I had a client in California. It was a dentist in California. And finally, I just had to ask him, and I was not being facetious. I was not being sarcastic. I said, Doc, is there a religious objection that you have for getting on camera? And he kind of laughed a little bit and said, no. But, we work together, and I would keep saying, look, the image on your ad needs to be you and your staff in the office together. And he never would take that picture. Never. And honestly, his conversion suffered because it's a opportunity for people to already make a connection. Don't use stock photos. Stock photos aren't of you and your crew. Why do you think Instagram's doing so well for dentists and chiropractors and other professionals like that? Because it already gives people an opportunity to make a connection. Facebook can do the same. So make sure you use an image of your staff out in front of the office or the reception desk, or go outside and snap a photo there. Or maybe have a video of a service that you're providing. We had a chiropractor that did a cryogenic special, and we used the 20-second videos on Instagram. We did a video carousel, 20-second videos, and did a prepay campaign for him, and it went off like gangbusters. And it was before, during, after. The first 20 seconds was him interviewing the patient before they got in. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I don't know what it's about, you know. The second one was during, while their head was poking up out of the cryogenics chamber, and they were like, how's this feel? And they said, oh, this is pretty cool, you know. And then the third thing is, after it was over, they talked with them again. Say, what did you think? Oh, man, it's unbelievable. I feel so much better. One of the things that humans hate doing is something new. You guys understand that? They hate doing something new. Whether it's going to a new church, going to a new hairstylist, going to a new grocery store. I mean, think about all the things that you've done this past week. How many of those things are new? I mean, even when we go out to eat, what do we usually order? We order things that are the same, that we've always eaten. You go to a restaurant, they've got 55 different things you can order at supper time, and you order the exact same thing you've always ordered. Why is that? Because there's something ingrained in humans that says something new is something scary. What you do with these personable images, and they don't have to be perfect. In fact, I would suggest snapping the photo with your iPhone or a Droid if you're a Droid user. But what it does, if you can imagine it, somebody using your services is like having a door that's closed in front of them, and they don't know what's going to happen when they open that door. And every picture or video that you can give them that shows them a connection to your staff and to you, it makes them more and more and more likely to open the door because they know what's waiting on the other side. I think that's why that video for that cryo treatment did so well. We also use this for med spas as well, that same before, during, after approach, because I personally believe with all my heart the reason why they always go off like gangbusters and make so much money for these clients is because people can actually see behind the scenes what's happening. They see what's going to happen to them the moment that they get there. So, give that perfect image that's of you, friends. Let's not use these dumb stock photos. Yeah, this is my call center. Give us a call. Yeah, this is Jan. And everybody on earth knows that that is a stock photo. That is not your real team. That is not what they look like. This photo is too cheesy to be, too staged to be real. So use real pictures, and certainly if you want to do next level stuff, do the videos, and you will see this ad and this campaign go bonkers. All right, the perfect image. If you don't want to use a personal relatable image, if you don't want to get on the camera, which I suggest that you do, try a pattern interrupt image, something like this. This is a image that we've used before with Notice Marketing, and it just catches people's attention. In fact, I ran this on a campaign just at the end of last year, and it did very well. It grabbed people's attention. I ran it in November, December of last year, and with the yellow and the red, white, and blue, it just stuck out like a sore thumb. It looks more like a July 4th image than it does a Christmas or Thanksgiving image, and it did well. And then, of course, you see that the on the picture itself is a call to action for people who need clients. So, you know, just something that'll snap people out of their mindless scrolling on Facebook. A picture will do that. Make sure you get that picture right, or a video as well. And then secret number 9, and we're at the end. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Restate everything. On the title below, claim your voucher for our spectacular Christmas cut and style package. 25 limited time vouchers remaining. It looks like overkill, but it's not uncommon to see a call to action being restated 3 or 4 times in the same ad. You might say, well, won't that make people upset? It may, but you know what the ones who aren't upset will do? They'll get in touch, because it's a constant reminder of what they need to do. Click to schedule, claim your voucher, give us a call, sign up for a strategy call, all these things. So that's the 9 secrets to creating a powerful Facebook ad that will deliver dozens of new leads, even if you've never used Facebook before. Hope you've enjoyed this training, and I trust that it will be a benefit to you as you're running your campaign on Facebook. Now that you're a little bit more trained and seasoned, you're not the untrained, loud person like we talked about in the ad that brought you to this training. So the offer that I have for you is this. I've just taught you how to set up a very powerful Facebook ad. You can use this information and create your next campaign with the knowledge that you've just learned from this training. But if you don't have the time to set it all up, or if you're still a little intimidated, I'd like to think that I've proven enough on this subject, that I've got enough mastery on this subject to teach and to give you these pointers, that maybe if you don't have time or don't want to bother with it, that we can hop on a phone call and seeing if working together is a good fit. If you think so, go ahead and like this post, because I've got this training on what they call a dark post on Facebook. Go ahead and like this post and just comment anything below if you're interested in working together. You can comment the word interested. You can comment I'd like to know more. Any comment below will activate my good buddy Alfred, who's my automated assistant, and what he'll do is he'll take you through and ask a couple questions so that I can get a little bit more information. And once you have filled out those few questions, he's going to be reaching out through Facebook Messenger. Once you fill out those the answers to those questions with your typing on your phone, it'll take you to a link where you can set up a strategy call with me, and we'll see if it's a good fit, okay? So go ahead and comment if you're interested in working together. In times past, I could say comment interested below, but Facebook has decided that they don't like me telling, or any marketer telling their people what to say. So if you're interested in working together, just comment anything. Interested, yeah, I'd love to know more, whatever. And Alfred, my personal automated assistant on Facebook, will take you the rest of the way in getting to the link where you can set up a time for us to chat. One other note, by the way, sometimes when Alfred first sends out his message, you've got to press get started. I don't know why, but Facebook has put that secondary opt-in. That's completely fine, but just don't be alarmed by that. If Alfred gets in touch and the first button at the bottom is get started, just press get started, and then Alfred will start asking you the rest of the questions. All right? So thanks again for taking the time to listen to this training, watch this training. I know time is your most valuable resource, and you've given me quite a bit of your time this evening, so thank you again, everybody. And don't forget, if you want us to work together, comment below if you're interested, and Alfred will take you through a few questions that I'd like to get a little bit more information from you, and then he'll give you the link after you answer those questions to where you can set up the fact-finding phone call. Again, it's not an intimidating phone call at all. It's just you and I having a friendly conversation. I'll ask a few questions and dig a little deep on what it is that you need, and then I'll make the determination if I can even help you or not. And if I can't help you, I'm going to tell you that too, because we believe in ethical work practices. We never twist arms. If there's anybody on earth that hates having my arm twist, it's me. And the moment salespeople try to start twisting my arms, then I leave. I've got nothing to do with that. So we're going to sit down and just have a few questions and get some facts found out and dig a little deeper on what you really need. And if it's a good fit, I will make an offer to work with you, okay? Thanks again. And again, good night, everybody. And I hope that you've enjoyed this. Some truthful scarcity. In May, I am pretty booked up. And to be perfectly honest with you, I only have room to work with about 3 more clients, maybe 4. It all depends on how some things are working out in the next week or so. So if you want, just schedule the call. We'll see if it's a good fit and see if we can't work together, okay? And thank you again for your attention, and take care, everybody, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.